These tiny earbuds have the signature Sennheiser sound and a lot of really cool features. Let's check them out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out these. These are the Sennheiser ACCENTUM Open TWS Earbuds, and they're new from the company. In fact, they're so new that this is actually a preview of what I'm pretty sure is a very late prototype. There's some things on the box that make me think they haven't quite dialed it all in, but they sent me a pair to check out, and there's lots to like here. As you can see, it is really small. It's a really small case. They're incredibly light earbuds that you will forget you have in your ears, and they have really nice Sennheiser sound. Let me start by showing you a close-up or two so you can see just how small they are. And if you're thinking, this looks like they're competing with the Apple AirPods, you're spot on. That's exactly who they're competing with, whether they admit it or not. Same price, a lot of the same functionality, same design characteristics. So the question then becomes, are these better? But we'll get there. Let's start by talking about the fact that they're powered by 11mm dynamic transducers. They support AAC, which means if you have an iPhone like I do, that you are perfectly set for the best possible sound experience. Bluetooth 5.3 multi-point connectivity. I use multi-point all the time where I have it connected both to my phone and my computer. I'll typically be listening to music on my computer, but then if a phone call comes in, I'll just answer the phone and my earbuds will just switch to the right source and then switch back when I'm done. It's pretty remarkable, actually. They are IPX4 water resistant, and they have dual microphones with environmental noise cancellation. So they are not ANC. They are not active noise canceling earbuds. So if you use them in a noisy environment, you're going to still get a bunch of that noise leaking through. It's kind of the nature of the beast. But ANC adds a chunk of price. So for the premium audio vendors like Sennheiser and Apple and Sony, adding ANC typically puts, I don't know, like $80, $70 onto the price. Perhaps the next generation will not have that issue, but 6.5 hours playback on the individual earbuds, and they're a little tricky to get out upside down. So 6.5 hours playback, you got enough more charges in the case that you get total of 28 hours of playback. And there's USB-C for charging on the bottom. And if you put these in the case for 10 minutes, you'll get another hour and a half. So if you're almost done with the latest podcast and your earbuds start to complain, put them in, take a 10-minute break, pull them back out, and you got enough to listen to the rest. So very handy. And they are so lightweight that I almost don't notice that I have it in my hand. So I want to give you a demo of the voice pickup, and then I'll talk about the audio. So let's see. I'm going to spin these around so I can put them in the correct ear. So that's the left ear. And there are no ear tips. So there's no fiddling with different size ear canals and any of that, which is nice, except I kind of like having those because it does give me the ability to have the best possible fit. I feel like these are super comfortable, but they're just not all the way in my ears. And so as sort of an audio experience, then that's something that's a bit of a drag. But let's actually let me give you the example of the voice pickup, and then I'll talk about all the audio components. So, this is my voice is picked up by the Sennheiser ACCENTUM Open, and you can hear it does a pretty good job. It might be a little overly aggressive with its environmental noise cancellation, so you have to speak a tiny bit louder perhaps to compensate, but overall I think it's doing pretty well. Now, let me jump back on camera. I think that, again, there's a lot going for them, and certainly the music reproduction is really good. I was listening to some Mission Impossible movie soundtracks. I love those soundtracks. It's so exciting. The music's so exciting. The new movie's really good too, but that's a whole nother story. So really fun music to audition with. And I found that it did a really good job, but if I pushed them in just a little bit, I get a lot more bass, a lot more of that sort of overall experience of the music. And that's the balance. That's the trade-off of having them be just sitting on your ear canal rather than being closed. And that's the open design. So they are working exactly as they should, but it is sort of an interesting experience that if I just push them in just a little bit, I actually get much better music reproduction. And I will say they feel a little bit like they're going to fall out of my ears if I move around strenuously. But I have moved around strenuously and they did stay in. So I don't know, it might just be the shape of my particular ears. No jokes, please, no comments. I've heard them all before. But that is a trade-off. And I will say that I have Apple AirPods Pro and I don't feel like that. So when I put those in my ears, I feel like they're in pretty solid. But the AirPods Pro have different ear tips that you can change to get the perfect size. So, when Sennheiser decided they wanted to have the open design, that's sort of the trade-off that they are sort of giving all of us to experience. So, really nice sound. I think the pickup is really good. There's lots of great functionality. I love that it's so darn tiny and so easy to work with. I mean, if you don't have a space in your pocket for something this small and light, then I'm suspicious. It does come with a fairly cryptic, wordless explanatory document on how to get it paired with Bluetooth, but basically, put the earbuds in the case, plug the case in, open the case, and then go onto your phone and it'll be transmitting and it'll be able to pair and you'll be done. So if you don't want to interpret this, that's okay. There's also a card included for feedback. And then there's all the legal regulations, which honestly, these are about 25 times the length of the actual user guide, which is sort of an interesting thing. But I guess these sort of devices are pretty simple, so there's not lots to do here. So it does come in a nice small case. You can see the company is really working to have more entry-level products. And it does come with a USB-C to USB-A charging cable because, as I said, on the bottom there's USB-C. And I'll tell you, this all feels so light that there are times I pick it up and I'm like, oh, this is just the shell. They forgot to put the circuitry in. And then I realize, oh no, they've just really, really dialed in having super lightweight components. It is plastic. It is sort of a smooth plastic, has a nice hand feel. And that same plastic finish is used on the earbuds. And that might be part of why I feel like they're, aren't fully and securely in my ear. But it might just be a matter of just getting used to them. So there's that. That's pretty much what I got. This is a preview unit. It is not exactly the same as what the company will ship. The box design might be slightly different. I don't know. But all in all, these are really good competitors to the Apple AirPods. Not the AirPods Pro, which add ANC. These don't have ANC, but for the regular Apple AirPods. And I know there are people that don't want to buy Apple products. I get you. I totally understand. Obviously, these are going to be completely compatible with Android and any other phone OS that's coming. And there are other phone OSs coming over the next few years. And I think AI will completely change our experience with smart devices. That is a total aside, really nothing to do with this preview. But that's everything I got. We do need to talk about price. Before we get there, I am going to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button, hit that bell icon for notifications of my new content, and give me a thumbs up if you found this of value. If there's something else you wish I would have shown or talked about, leave a comment and let me know, because I'm always fine-tuning what I'm doing with reviews and with previews. So, let me put the earbuds back. Let's see. Oh, wrong side. So that one goes there, this one goes here. This is the Sennheiser ACCENTUM Open TWS earbuds, and they will come in cream or black. The cream is just a slightly off-white. They will be available in mid-June 2025 at $129.95. If you're waiting to learn more, then I suggest you go to the Sennheiser.com website. They're not up yet, but they will be up mighty soon. So thanks to the company for sending these to me. It's really fun to get a chance to preview new products, and I think they have what could be a nice entry level to the Sennheiser audio world for a whole lot of people. That's what I got. Hope to catch you in my next video.